I am so excited today because my friend Luca is here. Thank you for coming. He is a real artist. Like, I don't use this word too often, but it's the case this time. He makes this kind of things, all those mecha, and if you're into like model making, you definitely saw his stuff. And he is what I call a master of kit bashing, which is he's able to do things like this. That, by the way, you sell this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You still have some?
Yeah, I have some racing kits.
These are what they call garage kits, I would say.
Yeah.
All that he does is by hand. So he puts things together like this part right here. I think you can recognize what it is, and once you see it, you can't unsee it anymore. And this is part of what I call like his genius. He's able to really make super interesting models with just normal parts, which is incredible to me. And I'm super excited today because I'm gonna start a new series of mine, which is called Overkill stuff, in which I take super simple things. Today we're gonna make like a pen holder, but super overkilled. So we're gonna scratch build it with some kit bashing as well, which is what really makes me excited. So let's do it. So what we're gonna do now with my IKEA bag, we're gonna find interesting parts that we can include in the model. Like the question is, normally do you start with like an idea or you just
Depends.
see, yeah?
Sometimes I start with an idea, sometimes I find the idea, and
While you
in the
work
meantime
and stuff?
I'm
Okay,
working.
because
Yeah.
I have kind of a basic idea which I don't want to replicate, but what I want to start with is like making a shuttle motor of some sort, like super complicated, maybe sci-fi.
Yeah.
And then it's
Sort
gonna
of
hold.
faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Can we do something
We
like
can
that?
do. Yeah.
Nice. If you didn't see the other videos, all this trash is because the squatters are leaving some of my shop right now, and we're waiting for them to go. And then we can clean, but luckily we have some part. Oh, you already found it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you see stuff like that, you don't see trash, but you already see kind of what you can do. Like, he saw this, and it's like, oh, those, I don't know what they're called in English, do you?
I don't know.
Well, this,
Frame.
yeah, this kind of things, tell me in the comments what it's called. It can be a lot of stuff, so we're gonna take some of these. There's a lot of stuff here, but I think if you go to the other shop that I still didn't move everything, we're gonna find a lot more interesting parts, so let's go there. This has been a pretty productive expedition, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about this because this can be the foundation of what we're gonna make.
Yeah.
So it really looks like a missile thruster, or it's pretty awesome. Happy about that. So let's get to work.
Yeah.
I know that this is kind of cheating, but since I'm trying to find every excuse to use the lathe, I'm trying to make an interesting part to use in the thing, because I want to learn how to use this thing, so I'll do it. So personally, when I do projects like that, they are a lot of fun to make. It's always difficult to stop. So how do you know when it's enough? Like, when do you know I should stop?
Sometimes it's just a matter of joining a balance between, for example, if I put some black cables, I want some black cables here and there, and the same for orange, and the same for brass, and the same for. There's not a rule. It's just eyeballing.
So is it more like sensation, or there's a rule like for someone that starts doing something like this?
When you feel it's enough, you can stop. And it depends on the nature of the project. So something like that is a thruster, like shuttle thruster, obviously. And if you look the pictures, there are tons of cables, every diameter or every longness.
So basically, you can't go wrong.
You can go wrong, but with a little bit of experience, you find your mistakes, and so next time you don't overdo in some spot. It's very important to keep turning the object, so working like that.
Look
and
from far.
Not focusing just in a place, but looking.
Did you ever find yourself not liking what you do and taking off parts, for example? Is it something that it's possible
It
to
happens.
do?
Yeah. But if you have fun, sometimes 85% you do the right thing, I think. Maybe after years you don't like anymore, so you can do a better version, but until you have fun, it's completely fine, because these kind of projects are made to have fun.
Well, I'm having a lot of fun, so. I'm not doing much. I mean, I think this is,
this is a masterpiece. Everyone look just this.
No, but seriously, it's like you can really see your. I think project like this, it's nice to do it yourself, and I love it.
In the model I do, usually I can spend too much time and too much details. I can, but maybe there are 15 thrusters, so I do this in every thruster. It seems quite weird, but since we have a big thruster, we can play a lot in this place, so it's perfectly fine to have fun to add stuff.
Obviously, one request that I did is having this, because for some reason I want to put it in everything.
It looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. When you do like project like this, how important it is to find like reference pictures and like see online for just material to get inspired from?
It's very, very important. Obviously, it's something you definitely want to learn. But I usually watch the pictures, and then I don't used to watch in the meantime while I'm doing
Okay.
stuff. But because I like to create something with my memory or my lack of memory, the same. And yeah, watching pictures and then trying to forget and
Okay.
creating a mental image and then doing stuff. But if I would do something realistic, obviously you have to print a lot of images.
What about something like this? Like how important is it?
Yeah.
Like something you do because you already know everything, or is it?
Can
like
I open?
Sure.
This one? Yeah. Can show, this is self-explanatory, the instructions.
Oh, okay.
Usually I have a rough idea, which is all I need, because it's a rough sketch, but it contains all the elements I want to start the project. So proportions, these or other kind of details in the first pages. This was the first design I did, and was a rough sketch in my sketchbook. And if you see compared to the actual finished product, they are quite similar. So I try to keep the original design and the freshness of the first drawing. These drawings are made after I finish the prototype, but
so this is the real.
Yeah, this is the first idea I have about this model, which name is Pinkman, which is a weird model.
So when you do something like this, it is super important for you to sketch it out first.
Yeah, of course. At least the rough idea, but I'm talking about my personal project of Calamity. If I do work for someone else or some company, or it's everything is more rational and more. Yeah, this is quite free, but I need the general shape, the character.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's nice to see how people start a project compared to people that don't start at all, I guess.
I do a lot of drawings, but just the 2% became a model.
Right.
Yeah, I need to feel here if it's right or
do
wrong.
You finish all your sketches, or do you have like just started sketches?
It's the same. They are never finished. Some rough sketches have all the details I want, but some other drawings are made to make very beautiful, careful details, and it's more illustration. This is more concept, more rough, loose sketches. This is more fun.
It's pretty incredible how it's coming to life already, like it's all coming together. So what's going to be the next step?
Drying, and then to do things in the perfect way should be to protect with a transparent coat, and then washings. And I usually do oil washings. And
we have some.
Yeah, so should be fine.
Awesome. It's looking incredible already. When you start something like this and it's not like you don't have a clear image of what it's going to be, you get kind of frustrated because it looks like crap in the very beginning. But then you should know that it will transform, and it would get more and more interesting, which is.
I think you have to be a little bit self-confident, so a little bit of experience can help. And also, just because we found everything in trash, it's impossible to respect the original thruster shuttle design. So it's better to forget the original and trying to have an idea. This is just an idea, maybe.
So obviously we are super limited with time because unfortunately I have to go back home, but What would you do different, and how would you do it differently if you had more time?
At the beginning, I already knew that it was a rough work, so I didn't spend time to create the right surfaces to receive the right washing at the end. So this is not my way to work, obviously. It's something concerning one-day build or something like that, so everything is rough.
Not even a day. Well, actually.
Yeah, it could take 1 month to do in the best way. But consider this just a sketch, a 3D sketch.
So what you do now, like you're applying black. Like,
yeah.
Is it because it's like a weathered thruster in this way? Like you want to show like it's been in use, or what's
of course.
your thought there?
In addition, there is I'm trying to reproduce the effect of smoke and something related to engine when warms up, and so metal became darker and smoky.
In the hand of a maker. This is a knife, a screwdriver, sandpaper, a chisel, a marker, anything you want. There's no project that doesn't need it. We just created the best way to carry it every day, everywhere. But it doesn't open bottles. If your finger is in the ring, it's like there's no locking mechanism at all. But there is. Yeah, it doesn't open bottles though. It's 100% waterproof. You can use it with any hand, in any condition. No limits, even in case of an emergency. Nope, it doesn't open bottles. It has perpendicular flat faces. A maker knows what that means. It can mark, cut, sand, shape, carve, almost anything. But it can't open a bottle. Not that you need it to.